Well, welcome everybody to episode 3 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, your Premier League update from the guru here, myself, Vince Wega. And basically, yeah, the 3rd of August, and we're 2 days out from the big start on Friday night, which is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal, and the first game week coming up this game week for you. Just going to take you through my official draft that I've settled on. The big reveal. This is it now. It's not going to change unless there's any injuries. Basically, how did I get to my draft eventually? Is I tried to incorporate my character. It's attacking midfielders. I love the values of the 8 million midfielders this year. I know all the rage of the defenders, the template, Cancelo, Trent, James, Chilwell or Perisic. This bores the hell out of me. Anyone going five at the back, the template, good luck to you, but it's just not me. And um, just playing it my way with a 3-5-2. So there is good value in some of the forwards this year. I was looking at Callum Wilson at Newcastle 7.5, and I was looking at Darwin Núñez. Obviously, very hard to squeeze them in there if you've got Salah. But anyway, I'm the guru, Vince Frayne, Vince Wega. I've lots of monikers on my name. Episode 3, and going to get this episode out there just to for the record, what we're doing. So I'll just share the screen. We can get on with some of the promoting myself here on the Etherverse. Anyway, this is FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis. This is where we're based. We're based here in the west of Ireland in this massive wilderness. You can see there's not a big enough town there to yield, but that's what really encompasses FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, an area like and bigger. Ballyhaunis here, right here, Ballyhaunis. And the surrounding areas, Knock and Milltown and Armore and Ballinlough out here, Castlereagh. I like the Milltown, an Irish town, and you got Dunmore. And we got Headford over here, Joey Commando Neenan, 79th in the world 2 years ago, and 62,000 in the world last year. He won our Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, of which there are 3 in Top Dogs. Guys, if you're not familiar with us, we have the Kirk Clapp Memorial Cup in regard to my late friend from America, from San Francisco. Also, we have the King of the Travelers, which is the head-to-head. It's the same like the Premier League, 20 teams, or it could be 33 teams, and you play each other once over the course of the season. So that's the format, and it's just a traditional. And I suppose Galway, that's where Andy from FPL Top Dogs is from. So we always keep an eye on what he's doing, and he's got connections with our friend Joey Neenan, who won last year. So yeah, just I suppose I would be technically some sort of influencer or FPL blogger, but I'm no good or as bad as most of them, to be honest with you. As long as the passion's there, you can't beat it. And where can you get us? On YouTube, my account here, FPL Top Dogs, Vince Wega. I'll be uploading everything there. Got old episodes there as well. And I'm also on Odyssey as well. I like Odyssey. Hopefully, like Odyssey is an alternative to YouTube. It's more like free speech and less, striking people off, and more freedom of speech. But yeah, I like the platform Odyssey, so I'll keep that going. And that's where, and we have a little about. I like little things about Odyssey where I can, welcome to FPL Top Dogs, a little bit about us and who the guys are. Armenian. I might have to update that a little bit. Got a few people to add. And I've updated it from last year, as you can see. Joey Commandonina, 22, 21, myself and 20, Christian Kilcorson 19, 18, Duncan Idaho, play from June. It's not really Idaho, but I just Duncan Hannon. Park, Old Trafford on. Yeah, he's a mad United and the Evertonian, John Kelly there in 16-15, and myself first time. But 1,474 in the world that year. Thanks. I just captain Suarez for every game. I didn't probably understand the rules as well. And you become an honorary member of Top Dogs if you win it. and loads. We got loads of Stephen Strett, who came second last year, the Guru Killer, who always seems to kill me, and the King of the Travelers, Connor Hussey, or Ross Common Footballer in there. Got a nice little mix of GA players, and we're getting better and better every year. So I'm hoping, that we can bring everything to the fore. But much of ado now. Let's get on with the big reveal. Any late news? Yeah, Cucurella is probably going to go to Chelsea, Sterling now, and Kubali. Interesting after Rudiger and Christensen leaving. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin's a big, and they got he's missing now for the Everton opener against Chelsea. It's Goodison, and there's no obviously with Carlson, so I'm not sure will Gray go up front on his own or somebody else. I think they're short of bodies and they've had to sell a lot. So look, the likes of Bournemouth and Everton seem to be out for a hiding for nothing in game week 1, but you just never know. That inspires the players who are already there to claim a place for themselves. So nothing's straightforward in the Prem ever. Everton advance on to resign, so they're up there. They want to get their midfielder back. Guy was in there before, and that would be phenomenal to get in there with Gomez, and that midfield. Right, so yeah, Lingard is happy enough. So that's just the latest bit of Champions League baloney going on there. Dynamo Kiev 1-0 winners, good. Right, yeah, this is the big reveal. So here we go. Weges Boanaras. So that tells the story there. Only 5.8 million at the moment. It's gradually grown bit by bit. Had up to 9 million players at one stage. So there's a lot that haven't registered yet, which is crazy. I was listening to a former winner, 2019-20 winner, a guy called Joshua Bull. I saw a video of himself, and he said that he did the year he won it, he didn't even watch any Premier League game until he went to visit a friend's and family's house in December for Christmas, and he saw a few games, and up to then he was flying. And he goes by stats. He loves expected goals, and he loves expected assists, and he loves all the data, and he loves all, and he only picks. So you can actually do this game by stats alone and watch nothing. Then you can just do no stats, know nothing, and just copy. Or you can be like myself and most of the people in Top Dogs who like to have their own personality and do their own thing and navigate it their own way. So this is the way I'm gonna go. Pickford. Now I do like Everton. I know they might be not scoring much, but like Villa, Forest, Brentford, Leeds, it's a nice little joust until we get here. I'll figure out something when we get there. But he's good for save points, and he can save an odd penalty. Pickford, I think he's great value, phenomenal value. He had a great end to last season, amazing saves. So I'm going to back England's #1 there. Here's the big reveal. So the three I've already said. So Robertson couldn't get to TAA. I don't think there'd be much of a difference down that side. Digne, look, I like him from last season, and he's attacking, and also Trippier up until the injury, he was scoring goals, he's attacking, he's on set pieces, and I just like Newcastle's start as well. It's okay up to City, fair enough, but they're at home. Wolves away could be anything. I was debating, I guess, Bruno Guimaraes or whatever you say, in there, or Wilson. I was plumbing, but as you can see, I don't want to go overboard on Newcastle, and I think I'm happy with just having Trippier, and he's an old favourite of mine, Kieran Trippier. But I just 4-4-2 is just I just find the five in midfield more versatile. Let's reveal the whole lot. So here you go. Well, Bowen in there. I wanted to have Madison in there for Brentford, but maybe Brentford can do something away from home. They were good last season. And now the minus Ericsson, so that could be a loss. That could be a big problem for them this year. So I'm still probably going to start with Bowen against City. Last season, West Ham scared the bejesus out of Newcastle. I think in the end of the, I think it was probably a 2-2 or a 3-2 to. I'm trying to think, but all I know is Bowen, I think, scored and assisted. Gave them a great game at the City of London Stadium. And look, I think you could double up fixtures after the City game. And I personally think that Bowen is a captainable dude. You know, I like to get off to a good start. Look, it's home to Tottenham. He can do anything, a little tricky stage, but after that, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves, Fulham, Southampton, and that will nearly get you up to game week 16, which is, you know, the cutoff point for Qatar, the World Cup. So listen, I'm going to take that. I would probably like to get Cresswell in somewhere there. If something happens to Digne or Trippier, I'm getting in Cresswell. This is no simple. Okay, I'm open to problem with City, of course. They could bust. I'm hoping that the points will be spread around that City pack. If look, Laporte is out injured for a while, ankle or whatever, you know, Diaz might score and Cancelo might score the other day, and just hoping that there will be a mixed spread of points. But I have a cunning plan for City, my Cityless bow and arrows. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Salah, of course. It's just too much. It's just I've done really, really well not having him since the African Nations Cup last year. And that's I was able to get on Son and Kane and Kulusevski, and that just brought me home to top 86,000 in the world. And it was my highest rank on all of last season. I think, you know, a phenomenal run in the last since game week 35, 34 being about top 250,000 and just flew down to 86. That's massive. And that was all without Salah, and he didn't have a great end to the season. But of course, his numbers are phenomenal. So we'll go again with Salah. And look, I've got Diaz as well. I've backed up there. I fancy Diaz to have a clean run down the left. And I'm hoping the two of them can dovetail there. And Robertson, just I've got nothing in the bank here to throw in Madison there and keep the 0.5 to transfer Bowen in for that for the Nottingham Forest game. Yeah, for the Nottingham Forest game, I'm okay, not captain, because the reason for that is I don't want to take a hit this early in the season to get rid of Madison. And he could have look. I fancy Madison to do something against Brentford. I don't like letting Madison go. He's one of my favorites, and but their run, they've got like a few tricky games there in between Brentford and Southampton at home. I think they got Arsenal away, and I think they got Chelsea away. So, and they've a trickier, maybe have Spurs, or, you know, I'm only guessing at this stage, but they have a tricky old run. So look, what's the point in wasting the transfer? Just get Bowen in, take a chance against City, see what happens, and just leave it at that. Because with the Kane affair, great fixtures for Spurs. I was debating Son and Kane and Salah and all this. Everyone's been doing the same thing. But for the Chelsea game, look, Spurs having a great record at Chelsea. Me being a Spurs fan, I'm not over crazy. Tottenham, I've mellowed big time when it comes to rivalries. But it is what it is, and you know, I'm used to the shirt now, I suppose. But I think I will be transferring in Haaland for that Bournemouth game. It's just too much of a risk. And then after that, then I'm going to have to figure out, well, you know, what are the price rises like? It's going to be tumultuous. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be incredibly crazy. everyone jumping on players and price rises and price deductions, and you won't be able to get on a player. And that's why it's not really great to have 0.0 on the bank. But look, I'm going to keep on. I don't care. Um, it's just that first game. And look, Kane against Wolves, Forest, West Ham. I think I can see myself alternating between Haaland and Kane at a whim, and that'll be the only transfers hopefully I'll be making. And I let these guys go. Now, I obviously Jesus massively owned. Now, let's see. I think Bowen is a differential. Yeah, he's under 10% owned. I think he could be phenomenal. 8.5 million. Okay, it was a big jump from 6.5 million last year, 2 million. But he was nearly under 50 points behind Son, and he's 12 million. So when you put it that way, 12 million, 8.5 million for 50 points, I think he's phenomenal value. I don't care. I think the 8.5 is probably fair enough. It's a pain, but like Diaz didn't get those numbers, neither did Madison, 170 odd, and neither did Saka. I don't think he got something under, yeah, 70. So I think it's probably just spot on the 8.5, and that's just my character. I love Bowen. It's so exciting to watch, and he's FPL gold in my opinion. So yeah, Diaz, fine. Saka is one of my favorites as well. Possibly a penalty taker, of course, with Arsenal. If you win it, do you take it? Martinelli might be looking for a penalty if he wins it. Yes, Martinelli could be the guy to trade down to 6 million, save 8 million, and then I could get in McCancelo in there. But then what would I be left here in midfield? Well, I'm happy enough with Bailey. He's been playing a lot of football for Villa, scoring bits and pieces. I know that ball was off the shin a little bit, the one he scored against Rennes away, in that 2-1 win. But I do like Villa. I like their run. Um, look, I think it's all right. Now I'll have to figure something out. But listen, there's a wild card. Now, look, it's 16 games until that wild card. So I have to kind of really double think this when I get there. But I'm just looking for a good start at the moment. That's all I'm looking for. As you can see, most of these players, Fulham and Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, Fulham, there's a lot of bit of Crystal Palace. They're not massively head-to-head games, and most of these players, they're not playing each other for 5 or 6 or 7 game weeks out. I've checked this that they won't be coming up against each other. I think Bowen and Villa do come up against each other. Yeah, fair enough. But most of these don't clash for a while. So I like that about my team as well. Jesus obviously is definitely no-brainer. Highest owns 7.3. Has Andy from FPL. Let's talk FPL on YouTube. I think he's living in Galway. I thought he was living in Sligo, but no, it's in Galway. English lad. Very, very popular. He thinks he's been way underpriced as 8 million, and fair enough, possibly. Darwin Nunez goes in at 9, and Jesus has got a pedigree. He probably could be 9. So it's too much to refuse. Now, if he does hit the ground running, scores, and he's scored like about 7 goals already in preseason, he's just unavoidable to, I think himself and Saka just are linking up phenomenal. So I like that angle. And I have a little bit of West Ham. The only thing is, yeah, Chelsea. That could, if Chelsea and City fire like hell and De Bruyne goes crazy and Haaland goes crazy, there is a possibility of a wild card pretty quick. But I don't want to panic, and I think this might get me through at least between 4 to 6 game weeks and see where we are. Yeah, Lyle Taylor, former Wimbledon and Charlton player. So will he get a look in? Probably not much now with Lingard in there, because he is a forward. So not too bothered. Nico Williams might get a bit of football anyway. And Patterson, he might get something going. He's a young one, so he might come in, so they have a chance. And Begovic he's only out for a while. Um, that will just cover if anything goes with Pickford, but he should be fine. So that's the team, and I'm going to go with that. I have a plan and a vision for the start of the season, and that's what I'm all about. I've not copied this from anybody. I've got my own character in there. Any regrets or I have a problem with leaving poor old Son out there, but at 12 million, it's just massive, massive money. And I just think Diaz has the potential to get to 200 points. I'm not saying easily, but very, very past Madison score 178. Definitely Saka has a great chance if he's on Penos. Penos. Yeah, one, only three. Okay, I was hoping to have Jesus might take them if he wins. That just it's good to have a few penalty takers in there. Yeah, so yeah, well, it is what it is, and we'll go for that one, guys. And that's where I am. Not much more to say about that. Um, Wednesday now, so we can just chill and best luck with what you're going to do. This look you can play it by your own character and personality and regrets. Like who would you really, really be upset with? Like um yeah, for me, Son, it's a shame I couldn't get Son in there. I like Sterling as well, but if Sterling does go AWOL, then it could if Chelsea or City, then it could be a wild card. I don't know. Those price rises are just they freeze you out pretty quick. So yeah, that's the story. Talk about Liverpool fixtures. Look, they're Fulham, Palace, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves. It seems to me that I'll be captaining either Kane or Haaland a lot, but surely I'll be marking Salah for Bournemouth, Haaland for that game. I just don't know about captaining Salah away to Fulham. Maybe we'll figure it all out. But that's all. I got no shortage of captaincy options anyway. So yeah, that's the story. So that's all I got to say about that. Everybody, good luck to what you're doing. God bless, and Guru out. And best luck with whatever you're trying to do.